हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, चैप्टर नंबर 8 हाउ डू ऑर्गेनिजम्स रिप्रोड्यूस में आज हम समझेंगे रिप्रोडक्टिव हेल्थ एंड सिग्निफिकेंस ऑफ रिप्रोडक्शन.
All of you may have pressures from external sources to indulge in sexual acts or get married and have children. But you must understand the consequences it may have on your health. A sexual act always has the potential to cause a pregnancy. Pregnancy makes major demands on the body and the mind of a woman, and if she is not prepared for it, her health may be adversely affected. So, how does one avoid this situation? During intercourse, there are some mechanical barriers that prevent the sperm from reaching the egg. Contraceptive devices like a loop or copper T are placed in the uterus to block the passage of sperm. At the same time, contraceptive drugs could also be taken orally as pills to avoid pregnancy. Since these drugs change the hormonal balances in the woman, they could cause some side effects like weight gain, depression, vomiting, and high blood pressure. Apart from contraceptives, surgical methods can also be used to create blocks in the man and the woman and to prevent the transfer of sperm and egg cells. In males, the vas deferens is blocked to prevent the passage of sperm. In females, the oviduct is blocked to prevent the passage of eggs. These methods have side effects too. Hence, it is better to use a condom. During sex, there is close contact between bodies. Hence, this could result in the transmission of sexually transmitted diseases. Bacterial infections such as gonorrhea and syphilis and viral infections such as warts and HIV or AIDS are some of the diseases that are transmitted sexually. AIDS, acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, is the infection that is causing havoc in humans today. Using a condom for the male reproductive organ during sexual intercourse helps prevent transmission of many of these infections to some extent. However, it fails if it is not used properly.
As I was saying earlier, organisms reproduce to keep the species alive. For example, if tigers don't reproduce, we won't be able to see any more tigers in a few years.
So, reproduction makes a new individual?
You got it.
But wait a minute, Sam. How did dinosaurs become extinct then? Didn't they reproduce?
Well, there is another aspect to survival of a species. Environments can change drastically without the control of organisms. Such an environmental change can kill a species. Scientists say that the Earth was hit by meteorites that led to the end of the dinosaurs.
You know, the documentary also showed how human beings evolved from apes. But you said reproduction produces organisms of similar type. So how do features of organisms change through evolution?
You have to understand that evolution is a long drawn-out process that takes place over millions of years. Organisms live together in a well-defined environment. During reproduction, these organisms produce body design features suitable for that environment. For example, over generations, giraffes developed long necks to eat the leaves growing high up on trees.
How do they change their body design on their own?
Well, it is a little different from the way we designed you, for sure. The answer lies in variations produced during DNA replication. You must have studied at school about how chromosomes in the nucleus of a cell carry information for the inheritance of features from parents to the next generation in the form of DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid molecules. So, what happens during reproduction is that a DNA copy is created. In replication, the DNA is not identically copied, This leads to variations in the DNA. During reproduction, these variations are passed on to the offspring and then to the subsequent generations. Such variations can help a species survive adverse conditions.
It is confusing, Sam.
Let me explain this with an example. Suppose there was a population of bacteria living in temperate waters and the temperature increases due to global warming. Many of the bacteria would die due to the increased temperature. However, DNA variations in some bacteria might enable them to develop resistance to heat. The DNA of these heat-resistant bacteria are then passed on to its offspring and subsequent generations that lead to the heat-resistant bacteria.
DNA seems to be very powerful.
Yes, they sure are.
So, that's what they mean by survival of the fittest.
Exactly. Just like we keep building better models of machines. Nature enables living organisms to evolve into stronger beings through DNA variations. This brings us to the end of this lesson on reproduction and its significance.
आज हमने चैप्टर नंबर 8 हाउ डू ऑर्गेनिजम्स रिप्रोड्यूस में रिप्रोडक्टिव हेल्थ एंड सिग्निफिकेंस ऑफ रिप्रोडक्शन समझा. इस तरह से ये चैप्टर हमारा यहीं पर कंप्लीट होता है. नेक्स्ट क्लास में हम नेक्स्ट चैप्टर को स्टार्ट करेंगे. थैंक यू.